I would also seriously consider Nebraska and North Dakota because those states are really good as well.
Yeah.
B, what do you think about Nebraska? Would you agree with that?
Fucking Nebraska. Nebraska has kicked our ass up and down and we've tried everything from whitetails to mule deer to archery to muzzleloader, and it has kicked our ass through and through. But I am determined to go out there and shoot the first 2-year-old I see this year.
I like that. I went there last year and did a muzzleloader public land hunt around like the Shadron area, and it was really, really tough. Like I went in with the expectation like, all right, like I'll shoot a 3.5-year-old. And then after the first day, I was like, okay, I'll shoot any buck. And then after the second day, I was like, I'll even kill the doe. I just like want to go home with a doe at this point. And I never did kill anything because it was really, really tough. But I'm still convinced that like there's some really quality public land hunting to be had there.
It just doesn't make sense to me, honestly. Like some of the land that we've come across and all of it being public for the most part, it looks phenomenal. It looks like there should be deer there and there should be good deer there. And we've just struggled to find good bucks. I mean, we see ample amounts of does, does and fawns, both whitetail and mule deer. But to find a good buck has been extremely difficult for us, and it just doesn't make sense to me because we're out in remote areas, at least a half hour away from a decent sized town. It's not like we're hunting on the outskirts of populated areas. We're out in the middle of freaking nowhere looking at good country and struggling to find good deer. It just blows my mind.
I think what keeps me optimistic for Nebraska being like a really good option is that when I went there during muzzleloader season, I didn't see a single other hunter. Like besides the few people that I was with, we didn't run into any other groups, and we had, literally thousands of acres to ourselves. But Nebraska's also been dealt like a really shitty hand over the last decade or so. They had some nasty winters that killed a lot of deer. They got hit with EHD, I think, twice over in the last like 8 years. In the northwestern part of the state, they've had wildfires. So you put like all those things together, and people are often like really down on what their local deer herd is. Everyone's like, oh, it was better, 5 years ago, or it's better 10 years ago. The good old days are behind us. I think truly in Nebraska, they're in like a down trend right now, but it's got to come out of that.
I'm going to hunt there until I shoot one.
I like that.
What was that, 3 years ago, B?
Yeah, 3 or 4, yeah.
We hunted, we were there 3 or 4 days, and we seen 2 bucks out of 3 days of hunting. It was depressing after a while, and we were hunting private land.
Did you run into other hunters at all? Like, did you see guys on the public ground or feel that competition?
We seen bird hunters, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan and I ran into some bow hunting pressure out there this year, but you see one truck on a chunk of public that's 10,000 acres. It's like, it's not the pressure that you're used to in the Midwest, that's for sure. I mean, you might see a hunter here or there, but it certainly ain't overran by hunters by any means.